Okay,
I'm recording.
perfect. Oh, and Paula's joining. She's the one that requested it. That's all right. Okay,
Gayla will need
so
it. Gayla can't be here on Monday night, so I told her I'd be get her
okay,
the recordings.
okay. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. Yeah. So you guys, it's been a minute. Oh my gosh, it's been longer than a minute. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the excitement that you guys had when I posted that I was going to start these again on Monday nights. Um, just to be perfectly honest, I thought there for a while that I wasn't giving you very much helpful content, and it was like I hate to waste people's time because I don't like my time to be wasted. But I know that that was a mistake on my part, so I apologize because there's more to this than just content. It is about connections and relationships and just feeling like one team. And so I do recognize that it was a mistake, and some of you have highly encouraged me to do this again. So thank you for that kick in the seat. Because sometimes that's what we need, right? Is just a little booty kick. Um, but it does feel good to be on here with you guys. And honestly, before I get started, will Tammy, since you're on your computer, you said, can you guys just take a quick minute to smile so you can take a picture of us? Because I would love that. So everybody give us your best smile.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't know how to take a picture on my computer.
Oh, just do it with your phone.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Just do it with your phone.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Got it.
Thank you so much. So I want to start out with just kind of a question. It has nothing to do with singular, but again, we're about building relationships and having fun, as well as hopefully learning a little something tonight. So the question is this. Are you ready? Because everybody has to answer it. So get ready. Would you rather travel in the past, so travel into the past, or travel into the future? And then you have to answer either why you chose what you chose or where would you travel to. Okay, so like in the past it might be like back when your grandpa was alive because you would like to spend time with him, or if it's in the future, like, I would travel to the times of maybe having grandkids or something. So does somebody have a quick answer? Let's make it quick, but I do want to. Yeah, Rachel, I see that hand. Go.
So I say the future. I would love to say neither, but I have to be decisive. So I'm working on it. I say the future because the past has led me to where I am, and I wouldn't change that for a second.
Okay, love it. Okay, now I'm going to start handpicking you because now you've had a few seconds to pick or to choose. Sorry, Devin. I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more second since she just shook her head at me. Debbie Nichols, you're in my top left corner. What would you say?
Just unmute.
She's trying. Okay, Kathy, you go. Or second, I guess. Oh, I wonder if we're not. Did I lock everybody down? You can't unmute.
I can unmute. I'm on my computer.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, there we go, Kathy.
I would go future because I've learned so many lessons in the past. I can apply them in the
Love it. Okay, Kim Sneed.
The future. I want to go to the Greek islands.
Woo! How about that?
I have ancestry there. Ancestors.
That's awesome. So that's actually a combination of the two, right? Going in the future and learning about your past. That's cool. Trisha.
I would go back to see my grandparents.
I get that. Definitely. Okay, Paula, I think you answered in the chat, but do you want to say yours?
Sure.
Says,
I'd go back to see my dad, and I'd go back to fix things that I did wrong in the past, especially with my kids.
Thank you for that. I think we all have that for sure. Thanks for the honesty. Okay.
There, I figured it out. I got it. It was
Okay,
weird.
cool.
Sorry.
Okay.
I would go back in the past and relive the time with my kids when it was the last time they sat on my lap.
Oh, golly, killing me. Killing me. Okay, there's some tears now. So that's fun. Thanks, Debbie. No, it's good. It's good stuff. Let's see. Who'd I miss up there? Tammy, you're now up to the top. I don't know how that happened.
I would go back if I knew I could come back forward. You know, I don't want to go back and stay, but if I could go back a lot like Debbie, because you never know when's the last time. And now that I'm in the future, I know when it was the last time, and I would go relive the last time again. And then plus, you know, I mean, you learn so much as you go in the future, so you could go back and tweak a few things. I know that would adjust the future, but there's some things that I wish I could tweak a little bit in my past.
Thank you. Devin?
Okay. I would say probably a little bit of both. Go back and give my firstborn Brian what I did give my younger three, you know, my next older three. You know, I was single and working, so, you know, a little bit more of that. And then kind of piggyback off Rachel, every choice I made, you know, was something that was learned or for future. So I wouldn't change that, but I would go in the future and learn from my mistakes.
Yeah. Thank you. Sheila, thanks for being on.
I didn't know that you would actually call on me.
Sorry.
I think I'm probably like some of the other girls, and I think I would love to go back, but know what I know now. Does that make sense? And also, like, the future scares me because I think it's kind of crazy right now. So I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't know about that. So pass for me too. Lots of loved ones, you know, that I just love to see again. So
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Chris Fields.
The future, I don't think I ever want to go back. I always just look forward and learn from the past, but continue to move forward and try and improve and be a better person. That's about it.
Thank you. Darby, you're here. What about you, Darby?
Well, I'd kind of be like Sheila if I knew then what I knew now. Yeah, I'd go back quite a few years and change some stuff that I've done in the past that I'd like to forget about, or change, you know, like the outcome, or think about what I've done a little bit more. But also I would love to go back and meet some of my grandparents that I never got to meet. So one grandparent died when I was little and I never got to really meet him, and then the other one died when even younger, so I never got to meet her. I don't remember them that well, but yeah. So yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
Katie, Janet, I know you guys aren't on camera, but do you want to answer the question? If not, it's fine. We would love to hear from you though, if you can.
I think that I would go back to the past to kind of enjoy high school and college more and not rush my past, knowing that time is very limited.
Yeah, and the real world always awaits us, right? Awesome.
And I would say I would probably go back and change some of the things that I did, knowing what I know now. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about for sure. I think that's everybody.
what's your answer, Rebecca?
Oh yes, me. Yes. So I would say, I'm gonna take the computer.
No.
I would say past as well.
He's okay.
Yeah, to
You're gonna say hi?
I don't know, it's interesting, but yeah, to have more time with my mom, I would say Knowing, and I love all the knowing what I know now, but I wouldn't want to stay back there. I would definitely, I'm like Tammy. Somebody's muted or unmuted. Who is, oh, Darby, can you mute, babe?
Yeah, sorry.
You're good. Yeah, so knowing what I know now, don't want to stay in the past. But I would love more time. We don't get it, do we? Okay, thanks everybody for your participation there, and maybe that'll spur other conversations with each other. Okay, so tonight I've really been thinking today about the word rebuild, and so that is the word that I wanted us to talk about tonight, because I feel like we're all in this rebuild mode, right? Some of us, it might feel like we're starting from scratch, like we were when we first started. Others, you know, it might feel like, hey, we've got a little bit of foundation there, but not a whole lot. So we're building, we're rebuilding, all those things. And so I looked up the definition of rebuild, and for those of you that are taking notes, here's what I found. To make extensive repairs to. Anybody need to make some repairs to your business? To restore to a precious state. Anybody want to restore it to a place that you once were and then go up from there? That's me too. And then to make extensive changes in. Anybody need to change anything? Yeah, I do. So I feel like that is just a very applicable word for all of us. As we think about the future, you know, as someone said, I don't want to stay in the past, Chris. I think it was you. I always want to be looking forward. And that is so true. We can't do a dang thing about April, right? We can't do a dang thing about March or February or January so far this year. We can only do something about May and the months ahead. So that's where my mindset is, you know, no do-overs in months. We get to move forward, and we get to bring as many people along for the ride as possible. So there's some things that I personally am doing to rebuild myself and hopefully my business. And I just kind of wanted to share them. Got them kind of broken down into 2 or 3 categories. But the first thing is that I am rebuilding myself. I'm rebuilding myself. I'm rebuilding my mindset. I'm rebuilding my habits. And I've rebuilt my schedule. So those are all things that I currently am doing now that I'm back. I call it back in the game of life, but you know, I was really down for about 7 weeks after my accident. And so it has taken me a minute to find my groove again. And, you know, I feel like some of you would relate more to this word, but find my mojo again. Okay. But whatever word you want to use, that's me. So I'm starting with my mindset. I'm starting with positivity. I am getting rid of the negativity. You know, it's funny. There was a team member today that was being really, really hateful and ugly and hard to get along with, quite honestly. And does my tongue, can you see blood on my tongue? Because I bit my tongue, you guys, a whole bunch. Just a whole bunch. But I finally was like, why am I focusing on this? This has no positive outcome for me. So I am looking forward to, again, here's the theme. I wasn't even playing you guys with that question, but looking forward to tonight. I couldn't wait to be with you guys. I was thinking about what I was going to say and talk about, and I was praying, Lord, give me the words, give me, you know, give me what these people need. And boy, did that help. Just a simple like shift, you know, it was like I was looking in this direction at the negativity and the remarks coming back at me and, you know, this and that. And I was just like, no, about face, turn the other direction, and we're moving in this direction. And that was huge. That was powerful. And so whatever you're dealing with, negativity right here between your ears, I know it's real because I've been there. We've all been there. Sheila, you know, we've talked about over and over again, just, you know, the mindset. But I just want to encourage you one more time to do an about face and move in a different direction if you are dealing with the negativity, because every one of you knows that you can do this. You absolutely can. So mindset first, and then habits. What about habits? Do they need rebuilt? If so, tomorrow's a great day for it, right? Looking ahead, maybe thinking back. Promise you guys that question was not it was not planned, but I keep referring back to it. You know, think back to when your business was booming. What were you doing? What were you doing on a daily basis? What were you doing on a weekly basis? Maybe you need to return to those habits, or maybe you feel like you've never found your groove, and you know, something that was happening back then, you're like, no, I don't want to return it. So don't return to it. Right. But figure it out for you, do some soul searching and rebuild your habits if you need to. I think we probably all need to, honestly. And it will help us tremendously. And for me, I've rebuilt my schedule. That's why I put it on there. The two kind of go hand in hand, habits and schedule. But I know for me, and time blocking doesn't work for everybody. I realize that. In your work schedule and family schedule or whatever. But for me, it does work. That if I don't have it on the calendar, it's not going to happen, because if I push it to right now at this time of night, whew, tired. I'm just tired. It's been a long day, you guys. And then I find every reason to go, I'll just do that tomorrow. Anybody else? Am I the only one? So time blocking works for me, but again, figuring out, when was I succeeding at this? When was I where I want to be? What was my schedule like? Maybe you need to make some changes and get back to what you were doing, so that it works again. I want to kind of open it up to you guys before we move on to the next category. Just about something that maybe popped into your mind, because I don't want this to just be me. I want us to learn from each other as well, for sure, because I have plenty to learn, trust me. But, you know, what are some things that you need to rebuild? We're not necessarily talking about your business, although we are, but that's coming in just a second, because it's all related to our businesses, right? But what do you need to rebuild about yourself, maybe personally, to get back to where you want to be and then move forward from there? Devin, I see that hand.
Yes. I go so I don't forget or think I'm copying somebody. I need to get back into the 8-day jumpstart to get myself back into a routine, to feel better myself, get back on the groove, and then hopefully making me feel better will make other people.
I love that. Yeah. And that's a great one. Rebuilding our own story, right? Like our own health story, is definitely a valid point. So then you have confidence to share and so forth. Anybody else? Paula, is that you?
Yeah. Just believing in myself. You know, lots happened in my life. I've just quit believing in myself. And I'll believe in myself for a little bit, and then life knocks me down and I don't believe in myself again. So I've been trying to listen to a lot of positive stuff in the morning, so I'm getting ready and stuff. So hopefully it'll help.
Absolutely. Okay, so now that we know that, thank you, Paula, for sharing that. But now that we know that, I think you guys know what we can all be doing for Paula, right? We see a inspirational quote that makes us think of her. Don't just think of her, but go ahead and send it her way, right? Reach out, ask her how she's doing, flood her with encouragement. Darby, did you have your hand up? Maybe? Not sure.
Yeah,
Hi,
I did.
Christy.
Pretty much the same what Paula said, like rebuild myself and believe in myself.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Christy, there you are. Unmute, sister. You see the unmute button? Oh, she's turning her camera around. Technical difficulties brought to you by. Push your screen, touch your screen, and then mute is in the bottom left corner. Nope. Well, I don't know. We'll give you a second to figure it out. Okay. Well, hopefully you've thought of maybe a couple or agreed with a couple of mine of things that you can do to rebuild yourself. The next one, what I'm doing is rebuilding my, and I kind of put on here, cold/hot/warm market. I don't care which of the 3 categories people fit in. I just need some new people in my funnel. Y'all, anybody else? I feel like I'm following up with the same people that I've been following up some with 4, 5, 6 years. So yeah, I'm grasping at straws. I'm asking people to post, not to be an affiliate person if they don't have any interest, not to be an X-Brand partner, but if somebody loves the heck out of Zing, I am giving them a graphic and throwing it up there on their wall for them. Well, they're throwing it up there, but doing everything I can except push post for them, so that maybe, just maybe, I can get into a new market, or several new markets. So be creative if you find yourself in that boat as well. Think outside the box. How can I get into other people's markets? And then do what makes your armpit sweaty and do it anyway, right? Does anybody have any ideas for that on how to rebuild our prospect lists? Christy, did you figure it out? Figure it out? Okay.
Yes, I finally got it. It was so weird. It was giving me all these options, but I didn't know what any of them did. So it took me a minute. I had to go back to, it must be this new format. Somebody said there's a new format. So I had to go back to the screen with everybody before I could find it. But actually, it immediately when Devin made her comment about wanting to go first, so she wasn't copying anyone. It was like everybody that said something, I was like, damn, that was mine. Damn, that was mine. sorry for the profanity, but I know for me, when, like, especially what Devin said, when I feel right, I work right. When I don't feel right, I don't work right. And getting myself back straight is where I need to be, because then that helps me zero in and feel like I can really project to people how good everything makes you feel and how it changes your life. But then also, like, not anywhere near as much as you, Paula, love, because I know you have so much going on, but like, you hurt my heart when you talk that way, because your smile brightens people up so much and it inspires people so much and it makes them feel so good that just being around you is enough. So please, please know how much all of us are behind you. But when she talks about life beating her down, I mean, that happens to all of us when we go through weeks with not having new people to talk to, or not getting good traction in chats, or like I know in our group, like we just aren't having a lot of people comment. So like there's no tags, there's no, chit chat back and forth who wants information. All of that just drags you down. What I want to get back to is where I was so busy, I didn't have time to think about all the crap, because all I had to do was get up, brush my teeth, take a shower, sit down, do my singular business, because I was so busy. I didn't have time to think about all the crap. So for me, that's just what I want to get back to. But it was like everybody said exactly the same things I was feeling too.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of head nods. Katie says, yes, Christy.
Rebecca, can I chime in for a second?
Please do.
So 2 things. I was talking with Jamie Maestri the other day, and I know Heather's not going to care if I say her name, but we were just talking about Heather, and she was struggling a little bit. And I'm like, I just wish like she knew how much she inspires people and how much she, like she just lights up a room. And Jamie said, I just wish that God could like make it possible where we could like step ahead to just look back and see how other people view us, like what a light in a room you are, or what an energy, or like Christy, how you just make us all laugh and we love your energy. And so like, if we could just see ourselves the way other people see us. And I thought that was really powerful. And then the other thing I was just going to say, which also kind of relates to Heather, I am going to be really honest with you guys. And I told this to Rebecca earlier. I was like, and I think I said it on my live, speed of the leader, speed of the team. And I have been slow like a turtle. And so I know time's ticking here, Rebecca, but I take the blame for that, and I take the fault for that. I feel like I drug everyone down with me. But here's what I can tell you. With Heather being out like she is, and like with Rebecca out like she was, and I didn't do as much for Rebecca because honestly, Paula, I was still in a funk at that point too. And I feel like I'm kind of like coming out of it finally. But I have felt this obligation to help Heather. She's not able to man her testimony group. She's not able to do all of the chats. She's not able to run the Facebook parties. And so I have stepped in, and like, it's giving me this new like vision, drive, motivation, because it's not of me. It's not that I'm doing it for myself. It's like, I'm going to make this happen because I want it to be successful for Heather. And so I would encourage you to find someone on your team that you want to snatch up and that you want to run with and that you want to work with, and make it about them. How am I going to get them there? How am I going to do this? And so all of that to say, I have been more consistent than I've been in a long time, like over in the results group, because whatever I'm posting and getting healthy, I'm cross posting to Heather's page. And I'm like, oh, I've got to do that to make for sure it's getting into Heather's page. And because of that, you guys, because I have been consistent, I've been posting in there every day, multiple times a day. I've also been like commenting on things and engaging. I've had like, I think I had 6 or 7 new starts through the weekend, and they were X advances. And I haven't sold an X advance in probably 3 years, but I'm really excited about these new bundles. So all of that to say, and Christy, I think this comes back to what you were talking about. You've got to do something to shake up the algorithms in your page. Throw something in there like what goes together besides peanut butter and jelly, bacon and eggs. Like, get people doing something dumb just because it mixes up the algorithms. So we have 120,000 people in Getting Healthy. Posting in there is great. Make for sure you're using current pictures, not old grainy stuff that they've seen a million times already. But like, post it. Also go comment on some stuff because it helps you be seen. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
Thank you, Sheila. We all love it when you teach us things, for sure. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. So we're talking about rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your prospect, your funnel, whatever you want to call it, hot market, warm market, cold market. My next thing I'm rebuilding is my subscriptions, our subscriptions. You've probably seen that subscriptions has kind of changed the format, whatever. But the bottom line is this. We had 35 new starts in April as a team. And actually that's levels 1 through 4, not 5 through 8. One of them was on subscription. So we've got work to do, right? Because many of us are, that tells me one thing. Many of us are starting over at 0 every month. And that's not what we want, right? We want to be having that residual income coming in. And then when our new starts come in, it's just added to it. So you can bet that there will be some subscription training coming really, really soon. And it's a great time for it because of the new system. And it's been a little glitchy so far. And so those kinks are ironing out. But I will tell you this, corporate is aware of it. They're on top of it. And if by chance, something happens to where, somebody, I can't remember who it was today, but like something happened and their subscription wasn't supposed to process till later in the month, but it actually processed today, and they had placed an order yesterday too. So it was like double whammy, bad. But it turned out good. I said, call corporate, they'll take care of it. And they did. So just I guess err on the side of communication, I would say, when that stuff happens while the systems are trying to get switched over and whatnot. I think we're going to love it eventually. It's just that, that in between time that sometimes is a challenge. So patience, but also we want to get things worked out, but we can't get them worked out if you don't bring it to us and we can, call corporate or text, a corporate representative, whatever. So bring it to our attention, I guess is what I'm saying. But that definitely needs to be rebuilt, and we've got to get back on the subscription wagon so that we're not starting over at 0. And then my last thing that I'm rebuilding is my team. And one of the ways to do that is through this weekly Zoom. I just want to connect with you guys again, and I want to see your faces, and I want us to, just know what's going on in each other's lives and support each other, encourage each other, reach out separately outside of this too. I know there's been a lot of relationships form at events and different things, and I want that to continue. And then obviously we want to rebuild our team with more and more X-Brand partners, right? So it's, and there's some exciting stuff coming with some new boards for the affiliate stuff, and for just how to build some teammates again. There's some new stuff coming. There's some and when I say coming, I don't mean coming from corporate. I mean just coming from kind of our team and some sister line teams. That's exciting. So I was hoping to actually have it in hand today to kick off in May, but we don't quite have it ready. But it's going to be very, very soon, possibly in time for next week's Zoom to go over that. So, that's really all I've got. Rebuilding myself, rebuilding my prospect list, rebuilding, my customer list using subscription, and then rebuilding our team. Anybody have any thoughts as we close this out, Paula?
Hey, it's been a while, but on one of, because now I'm playing catch up on Room at the Top and stuff. One of the Room at the Tops, Cora Hoffman, did one on ATM. And sorry, my dog's drinking out of the water bowl. Is anyone using that or know much about that?
I don't.
I would love for her to talk to our team, to just talk to all of us about that, because it sounds really interesting, sounds really easy as far as when you bring new people on.
Okay.
I know that it's about I know it's like you have to create a new group and you add them to the group and you tag them on something and then you message them something else. Lindsay, my friend Lindsay, who's part of Chorus, they're on the same team. I know they're using it and there's a lot of setup for the group, but I think once you get it set up, but I'm not familiar with it.
I mean, it sounds like it would be really good and really easy once you get it set up to start your new people.
It was talked about when we went down to Houston because Cora was one of them that actually spoke to us down at Houston. And Debbie, chime in if you have anything to add to this because that's what we talked about when we were down there. I think, at least personally, where I was struggling a little bit was just because it was like here we had just started all this stuff with and of course I'm going to draw a blank because I'm trying to think of it.
X-brand partner?
No, the other thing where we have the distributors check off what they do and it automatically sends us notifications.
AnyList.
Yes.
AnyList?
Okay, yes. Okay. So, we had just had several trainings on this AnyList. So then it was kind of like, okay, so are you going to do both? Are you going to choose between one? But I do know that I kind of felt, and like I said, Debbie, jump in, whatever you think, but I kind of felt like when Julie, Debbie, and I walked away, we were kind of like, we wanted to give AnyList a little bit of chance to work before we decided to turn around and try a whole nother brand new way of doing it. But like I said, that was just our thought because at that time, none of us had really had like a bunch of new distributors coming on to even give AnyList a really good chance to work. But I mean, Cora she was so excited about it when she was talking about it. And Paula, I should have notes from Houston. So if you want, I could send those to you because I know I took notes on some of it.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy. Yeah, looks like we're going to get cut off here. How many seconds, Tammy? Like anytime. Okay. So you can stop recording. Love y'all. And we'll send out this link.